All right, welcome back to the 21 Boom Guided Meditation series, weekly series. And this is your coach and your guide, Coach Zach Feeney. And with the new year setting in here, let's talk about intentions for the new year. So we're going to skip the resolutions for this year and set a different tone by cultivating our intentions for the new year with this mindful practice. Well, many of us take stock at the end of a year, set goals, or make new plans for the upcoming year. That sense of letting go of what we're caught up in and the habits we've been living through are a part of our everyday mindfulness practice. Each time we sit for a few minutes, there's an opportunity to let go of wherever our mind's attention and awareness have gotten caught up in, come back and realign ourselves with our best intentions and efforts. It might be a sense of bringing full awareness and attention to our experience, to the people around us, to a conversation with our children. It might be a sense of letting go of reactivity and coming back to resolve with more patience and clarity. It might also be balancing the tendency most of us have to get caught up in stress and giving more attention to gratefulness, positive moments, and things we enjoy. Or it might be a sense of wanting to bring more kindness and compassion to how we treat ourselves, how we treat others, or even how we treat the people we find difficult in our lives. All of that can be cultivated, sustained, and developed through any amount of time we spend in our mindfulness practice. So let's start by finding a comfortable posture and shutting your eyes. Notice the physical movement your body makes with each breath. You might notice your belly, your chest, or perhaps the air moving in and out of your nose and mouth. Check in with your effort and intention. What is it you'd like to bring to the practice today? Perhaps it's an opportunity to settle and gather your attention, or a sense of resolve and strength. Of course, you might have the intention to simply show up to this practice without adding any sense of stress or strain. Bring that sense of intention, bring that sense of intention and awareness to your practice today. One way to do that can be within each in-breath, developing a sense of open awareness. With each out-breath, come up with a word that captures your intentions for yourself. Breathe in with awareness and maybe picture something you or feel gratitude toward, whatever feels appropriate to you right now. Breathe out with your intentions for this moment. You might lose touch with your intentions throughout the practice and in life. You can come back again. If you lose touch with the practice and your mind gets caught up in distraction or reactivity or some sense of discomforts, that's normal. That's all part of the practice. Try coming back to the same practice with awareness. Whatever you're facing in life, all we indirectly influence is how we choose to relate to that. Reactivity and anger so often lead to more reactivity and anger. You can get caught up in self-criticism and in criticism of others. You can develop a more balanced sense of awareness, preciseness, and clarity through mindfulness practice. At any moment, you can catch yourself and realign yourself with your best intentions, recognizing that you may lose touch again and then come back when you do. Sometimes when a painful emotion comes up, we layer shame and blame on what's already difficult. For example, we may think to ourselves, I should be able to do my job better. We also tend to project into the future and worry about what the pain may feel like tonight, next week, or next year. When we do this, we're not only facing the pain of present difficulty, but the anticipation of pain, which is actually in our imagination. The first thing we can do to cultivate our resources for managing difficult emotions is to allow ourselves to feel the emotion. Shift our attention to noticing the sensations present in our body and forgive ourselves for what we feel. We're human beings, and feeling this way is natural. So listen to the sounds around you and relax and allow your experience of the sounds to come and go. Just let them wash through you. Bring your attention to the feeling of your body sitting. See if you can feel the earth supporting you. See if you can feel space touching you. Space is always touching us. We just need to receive it. Bring your attention to the feeling of your breath. Just the normal, natural breath, wherever you feel it most distinctly. In the nostrils, the chest, or the abdomen. Find that place. Bring your attention there and just rest. You don't need to worry about what's already gone by. You don't even need to anticipate the very next breath. Recognizing that your attention is going to wander is critical to understanding meditation as resilience training. Your mind will go to the past, to the future, or you might fall asleep. It's okay. Recognize that you've been gone. See if you can let go gently and bring your attention back to the primary object of your attention. We let go and we begin again. We let go and we begin again. That's the actual practice. The simple act of paying attention is really the kindest thing you can do for yourself. When our mind is scattered and it creates pain and disconnection, and that pain and disconnection gets picked up by others, it's contagious. You've likely experienced what it feels like to take on that pain and disconnection from other people. The fact is, we're sending it and sharing it all the time. But if each of us can take a moment or two to pay attention to where we are at and what's going on, that's the kindest thing we can do. It's being kind to ourselves, and that kindness wears off on others. So again, paying attention to your breath as it goes out and as it comes in. Just keep doing that for a few moments. When you notice thoughts, just notice them and catch the next breath. You can't go wrong. So let's just do that for a moment without any further guidance. Now we can take a moment to expand our awareness a bit. How does your body feel? Do you have any aches or pains or tensions? Just go to them, notice them, ease them if you can. Notice your emotional state. Are you excited? Are you thinking of someone you love? Is some detail from work bothering you? Just take a moment to notice how emotions feel in your body. Notice your emotional state at this moment. Let's come back now to paying attention to the breath as it comes in and out. As thoughts arise, come back to that and to your body, well seated, composed. Now let's conclude with some generosity. Thinking of someone you know, someone who's in pain or in need, take a moment to imagine that person. Now imagine that any kindness or composure or well-being you've developed can relieve that pain and satisfy that need. Give it to that person mentally. You are literally giving away the good that we've developed here. In your mind, allow that good to rub off on others. expand your thinking to the pain and needs of your community, however you define that currently. That can mean your family and friends, your town, just a little broader than one person. Imagine these feelings of well-being helping them to ease their pain and satisfy their needs. Let's expand much broader now to our whole country. Send out that feeling of well-being and goodness to your country. Take it even farther for a moment, out to the whole world. Breathing out and breathing in. By doing such a generosity practice, I'm not saying there will be immediate relief of the pain and need in the world, but it rouses our own intention and goodwill to keep working toward that. It's a very good way to end something in which we've developed some well-being together. The point is to share it because, as we know, it's not just about you and me. If you find yourself struggling to start or keep up a meditation practice, you're not alone. As the practice ends today, pause for a moment with intention and choose when to move on with your day. Although meditation instructions are usually simple, for example, to maintain a gentle focus on the breath, that doesn't mean meditating itself is always easy. Research suggests that new and experienced meditators alike face barriers to practice. For instance, a study that was published with somebody in 2020 found that new meditators often question whether meditation will in fact be beneficial, doubt whether they're meditating correctly, struggle to find space and time for practice, and sense that meditation conflicts with their cultural or familial norms. After people complete a formal meditation course, their meditation frequency drops. Even experienced meditators describe how hard it is to face difficult feelings that can arise in meditation, like anxiety. I admit that it can be tough to keep up the habit each and every day. Yet amid the, what we went through with the pandemic, systematic oppression, the climate emergency, and the frenetic pace of the workplace, we may need the practice now more than ever. The importance of daily meditation practice has been a subject of some debates among researchers in recent years. Does it matter if people meditate at home on a regular basis, or is it enough to take a teacher-led course without integrating formal meditation into daily life? Researchers have tended to study this issue by asking people taking a formal meditation course like Jon Kabat-Zinn's mindfulness-based stress reduction program to record how much they meditate outside of class on a daily or weekly basis. They then add up how much each person practiced and look to see if people who meditate more at home benefit more from the course than those who practice less. Although multiple studies suggest that more practice means more benefits, others report that it doesn't matter how much people meditate. They'll improve about the same amount in terms of clinical outcomes, such as symptoms of depression and anxiety. What could that mean? These inconsistent findings signal that meditation practice in daily life could be beneficial and that factors other than how long we practice can make a difference. For instance, the quality of practice could be equally or more important. Also, there are many benefits that come from taking part in any class or program designed to support well-being, whether or not it emphasizes mindfulness. For instance, the sense of belonging we get through interacting with fellow participants and teachers can be healing in its own right. Another possibility is that the method of totaling the time people spend meditating and seeing if that predicts improved well-being over weeks or months doesn't show us the more nuanced day-to-day picture. Will we tend to feel better on days when we meditate versus on days when we don't? A new study sheds light on this issue, suggesting that daily practice is necessary to benefit, at least among new meditators. Researchers asked 82 adults participating in a 21-day mindfulness meditation course to report how often and for how long they practice meditation each day. Participants also rated various thoughts and feelings expected to be improved by meditation, like mindful awareness and positive emotions, multiple times per day via their smartphones. This approach, termed intensive experience sampling, is innovative in that it allows researchers to understand people's behaviors and experiences as they unfold in their real lives, as opposed to asking people to remember what they felt and did over a period of weeks. Our memory often fails us here. The researchers found that people experience more positive emotions and mindful awareness during the hours following meditation practice sessions, and that longer sessions produced even better same-day outcomes. This suggests that daily practice matters, and interestingly, they also observed that meditation practice effects did not accumulate over the 21-day period or carry over to the next day. Taken together, these results indicate that new meditators need to practice every day in order to benefit, and may reap even greater same-day benefits the longer they practice. So here are a few tips to help you meditate every day. We come back to the problem of starting the practice and actually sticking with it over time. Although researchers are actively seeking to understand how to help people make meditation a habit, here are a few evidence-based tips that you might try to integrate meditation into your life. You could try meditating in a group, either in person or virtually, like we've been doing here. When it comes to health behaviors, research consistently shows that social support and watching other people do what we want to do helps us integrate it into our own lives. Although it's tempting to practice in isolation using the variety of smartphone applications and readily available online resources on meditation, and doing so can be very helpful. The energy of a group can be sustaining. Look for meditation groups or at local meditation or counseling centers, or start your own. Each time you practice, pause and remind yourself why you're meditating. Is it to live life more fully, be less emotionally reactive, or offer more compassion to others? Research indicates that our behavioral intentions partially drive our actions. If we forget why we intended to do something, it's easier to start feeling like the behavior is meaningless and to be thrown off course. Let your deepest intentions guide you. Reflect on the science-backed benefits of meditation. When we believe that a behavior will benefit us, we're more likely to do it. Research suggests that meditation can increase positive emotions, reduce anxiety, improve well-being, and even prevent headaches. The benefits may even extend beyond ourselves to our interpersonal relationships and communities through helping us be more forgiving and compassionate toward others. Nurture positive emotions, and finding from a recent study suggests that people who tend to experience more positive feelings in daily life are more likely to start and keep up a meditation practice. Another study reported that new meditators who experienced more positive emotions during their first few meditation sessions were more likely to continue the practice over time. When you meditate, try to notice any positive feelings, sense of meaning, or other benefits that emerge during and following your sessions. More generally, try to schedule pleasant activities during your day and intentionally notice positive feelings that may arise. Consider trying like a savoring practice to boost your tendency to experience positive feelings in daily life. Be kind to yourself if you stray from your meditation goals. criticizing ourselves after we fail to behave in ways we'd like actually undermines our ability to change. Appreciate the time you have devoted to your practice, as well as your desire to increase yours and others' well-being through meditation. If you find yourself particularly caught in self-judgments, consider practicing self-compassion exercises or loving kindness meditations. Above all, recognize that each moment presents an opportunity to start again.